we're back with more Meeting of the Minds by LizzeXX. We are on chapter 7, which is the next episode finally. And Angel and the Doctor are finally together. Kind of. They just started their relationship. But yeah, let's just get right into this. And if you want to follow along, which I highly recommend because I have a habit of skipping words accidentally or I struggle with some words, so I highly recommend it. Uh, there is a link to both archive and fanfiction.net in the description below for you to pick and choose. Doesn't really matter. It's just archive has embedded pictures in like one per episode. So I don't know if it'll be in this chapter or one of the other two chapters because each episode is 3 chapters. Anyway, so that's all the difference between the two as far as I'm aware. Let's just go right into this with chapter 7. New Earth. Cassandra returns. The doctor couldn't help but grin on his face as he watched Angel work away at the console with a soft smile of her own. "What's got you all smiles?" he asked, walking over to her, standing beside her, their arms touching. She looked up at him, her heart skipping a beat as she saw that sparkle in his eyes that was only ever there when he looked at her. "You?" He nearly beamed at that, his heart racing. "Me?" She nodded. "You always make me smile," she informed him, while turning to lean on the console so she could talk to him properly. Half the time, though, it's because Rose said that I should just smile and nod when you talk, and I don't understand what you said, which happens a lot. He gave her a little pat at that. But she smiled. "Most of the time, it's because you just make me happy." This time, he beamed fully, his heart feeling like they were going to burst out of his chest at the admission. He made her happy. That old him. He felt warm, nearly giddy at the thought that just being him, just him being him could make her smile. "You make me happy too," he told her, staring deep into her eyes so she wouldn't doubt him. "What they could possibly know." "I'm glad," she said softly. I I never thought someone would want to mate to me," she admitted as well. He knew that, though. He knew that though. She told him she thought she'd make a rubbish mate when she told him more about her sister after they met Tyler. There were two examples of what humans would define as marriage on Gallifrey, pretty much in the same Earth terms. There are marriages those tended to be pre-planned by the family. Marriages of convenience to ensure the continuation of the family line. And then there was mating, basically choosing for yourself who you want to spend your lives with, which made the connection of mating all the more powerful. Even before the war, I could never quite picture it, she added, shaking her head thoughtfully at him. "I think you come along, dropping out of the sky, and suddenly I can picture it. And suddenly I can't imagine it with anyone else, because I don't want anyone else. I just want you." "Good," he grinned, "because I just want you too, and—" He dragged out the "and." "Now that I've got you, I'm never ever going to let you go, you know." She blinked. "Probably should have warned you about that before I asked you to mate, though." She laughed lightly. "I don't mind. I hope you don't let me go," she added playfully, knowing he was actually being dead serious. He reached out and gently took her hand in his, needing her to understand how true it was, how much she meant it. "You know, I think I figured out the very last sort of man I am now," he said quietly, his voice nearly a whisper. She tilted her head. "And what's that?" He lifted her right hand to his lips, placing a sweet kiss to the back of it. "I'm a man who will never disappoint you, mate. Ever. I swear it to you, never. I will never let you down. I will never let you go." She took in a subtle intake of breath. She didn't think she'd ever get used to someone actually using her name. "I don't think you could disappoint me even if you tried," she smiled. She let out a soft laugh, joy bubbling in him at hearing her say his name. He couldn't measure how irritated he'd gotten when his wife on Gallifrey only able to call him husband or some other title like that. because he refused to tell her that sacred secret. Hearing his name, hearing it falling so naturally from Angel's lips, nothing could compare. But I do promise you that. She nodded, bringing her left hand to place it on his cheek, just stroking it gently with her thumb, still getting used to the new hymn. I know. He leaned in and kissed her softly, the kiss growing more loving and full of promises as each second went on, till the TARDIS gave a gentle hum. Angel laughed softly, pulling back. I think she was getting impatient to leave, she remarked, resting her hand on the console. Is that it, girl? You ready to get out there? Start a new adventure? Maybe it's just the excitement of finding you, the doctor suggested. As though understanding him, the TARDIS gave another hum. Angel laughed. Oh, I'm excited too, she told the fox and him, smiling at him as she gave the console a small pat. We should get on though. The longer we stay on Earth, the harder it is to leave. I'm glad you like it so much, she remarked, pleased that his favourite planet of all was as beloved by her as it was by him. It was so interesting, she shrugged. I can't understand them for the life of me, but that's part of their charm, I think. They're confusing and they make you want to understand them. He shook his head gently at that. Humans were by far the simplest species he'd come across in his long life, but he could see it. He could see how new and exciting they were through Angel's eyes. He found them fascinating, and he learned new things about them through her, through her comments and observations, little things he hadn't noticed before, till she asked about them. She found them, to quote his own old self, fantastic, and now he could see it too. He reached out and pulled a lever, two of them taking a moment to watch the rotor rise and fall as the engine started up. She hadn't been lying. She was merely buzzing with excitement. As soon as they were in the water, she'd be able to complete the psychic link with the TARDIS. It was sort of a tradition to bond while on flight through the vortex. She was a bit sad though. She had wanted to ask Nikki to join them, as her companion, as her first ever companion. But she wasn't technically an official pilot yet, and knowing the Doctor's timing, they'd go up and end up back on Earth 20 years later, and then where would she be? Poor Vicky would have spent all that time waiting. No, it was better to bond first and ask as soon as they saw Mickey again, which she could just feel would be very soon. Rose stood by her mother and Vicky, all packed up and ready to get going. Have you got everything? Jackie asked. I've got everything. Don't worry. Rose smiled. Be careful. Jackie pulled her into a hug. Don't worry. I've got those two looking out for me. Rose hugged her tight. And don't forget, you got to call Mo about... Oh, never mind Mo. Jackie waved her off. Ada pulled another lever and the rotor sped up. They glanced at each other, grinning proudly at the old ship before Angel ran to the door. Rose, come on, she called out to the girl. Okay. She nodded back to Angel before turning to her mother. Go now. I love you. Love you. Jackie kissed her on the cheek. Love you. Love you. She laughed, turning to kiss Mickey goodbye. Love you, he said quietly. Bye, she replied softly, walking towards the TARDIS, stepping in as Angel moved to the side. Bye, Mickey, Angel shouted, waving at them as Rose shrugged off her bag. Bye, Jackie. She frowned a moment and thought. See you later, you, crocodile? Mickey laughed. See you later, alligator. She nodded, smiling at him with thanks, remembering it now. Farewell, crocodile, she pointed at him. That's it. He gave her a little cheer, pointing back at her, pleased that she used that expression to say goodbye. He taught her it, and now he realized she actually listened to him. That was nice. You take good care of her, Jackie called over the sound of the engine nearing nearing dematerialization. You hear me? Not even a bee sting, Angel promised, closing the doors and running up to the console where Rose and the doctor were waiting. She pulled down her lever and the TARDIS began to fade. Jackie and Mickey watched till it was gone. So, where are we going? Rose asked, excited. Further than we've ever gone before, the doctor replied with a grin. Rose glanced at Angel and smiled widely. Rose stepped out of the TARDIS onto a windy, grassy area, gaping at the advanced skyline before her. The Doctor and Angel stepped out behind her, watching her reaction. It's 5,023," Angel stated. "The Galaxy M87, she smiled. "What could take you there?" Clouds flew past them towards a futuristic city across the water. That's just Rose blinked, unable to find the word. That's She started laughing in amazement. "Not bad," the Doctor nodded. "Not bad at all. That's amazing. I'll never get used to this. Never. Different ground beneath my feet." She started hopping in place. "Different sky? What's that smell?" The Doctor crouched down to pull up some grass. "Apple grass. Apple grass." Yeah. That's beautiful." Rose turned to Angel and the Doctor to see them standing beside her. The Doctor's arm around Angel's waist as she leaned a bit against him. "Oh, I love this. Can I just say?" She walked around and nudged her way in between them to put her arms uh, around their shoulders, wanting to be able to hug them both. "Traveling with you two, I love it." "Us too," Angel smiled before grabbing Rose's hand. "Come on." She pulled her away, dashing off as the Doctor chased after them. In the basement of a hospital, the trio was being watched through a red-tinted orb by a pale man covered with red tattoos. His eyes widened. "Human! She's pure-blood human!" He twisted the control to zoom in on Rose. "Closer, closer." A small robotic spider crept closer to where the Doctor, Angel, and Rose were sprawled on the grass. The Doctor was lying on his coat, his arms wrapped around Angel's waist as she lay beside him. In between him and Rose, just looking at the sky, Rose's eyes on the city. "So, year 5 billion, the Doctor began. "The sun expands, the earth gets roasted. How's our first trip?" Rose smiled at him. "Yeah, chips," he recalled as they laughed at the memory. Angel smiling as she recalled the story the Doctor had told her of it. "So anyway, planet gone, all rocks and dust. The human race moves on, spread out across the stars. As soon as the Earth burns up, oh yeah, they get all nostalgic. Big revival movement. This place. He set up for a better look. Angel was just laying on her back instead. Same close to the Earth, same air, same orbit. Lovely. Cool goes out, the humans move in. What's the city called? New York? Oh, come on. Rose scoffed. "It is. It's the city of New York." "Well, this New York is the original, isn't it?" Angel remarked, her eyes closed, just basking in the sun. The Doctor grinned, which makes it New York. Rose looked at him. "What? It feels so different," she commented. "You, Doctor?" He laughed. "I have to say," Angel opened her eyes to look at him. "I rather like this new Doctor." He beamed down at her, reaching out to stroke her cheek a moment before putting a strand of hair that had escaped her clip in the wind behind her ear. "Me too." And then placed a gentle kiss on her forehead. "So, I must admit, I do miss Mr. Brooding." "Mr. Brooding?" the Doctor asked, incredulous, as Rose let out a giggle, quickly trying to cover it up as he looked between the two of them. "Is that what you two call me behind my back?" "Oh no," Rose remarked. "Not ever," Angel added. They were serious for laughing once more. "Oh yeah? Well, would Mr. Brooding do this?" he replied, before reaching out and tickling the two of them. "Impossible!" a female voice gasped at the image. "I recognize that child. Her face. Show me her face." "Closer." The man controlled the spider. "Bring it closer." "Closer. Face, face, face." Rose rolled away from the Doctor's giggle attack and got up. "Can we go and visit New York? So good that they named it twice." The Doctor ceased his attack on Angel, getting up as well. "Well, I thought we might go there first." He pointed to a rather large building on the coast before reaching down and helping Angel up. "Why?" Rose squinted at it. "Well, what is it?" "It's some sort of hospital?" Angel replied, picking up the Doctor's coat and helping him into it. It's got the universal symbol for hospital on the side of it. Oh, Rose nodded, catching sight of a green moon painted onto the side of the building. I got this. The doctor showed her the psychic paper. A message on the psychic paper. He and Rose watched as Ward 26, please come, walked across the paper. Angel, not being able to see it, though the doctor had told her the message before. So much to see you, Rose commented. Angel blinked in thought. Is my face? He smiled at that. A good one or a bad one? She smiled at him. Good, I think. It, Rose grinned, pleased that it would be some sort of enemy like the Daleks again. I thought we would just be sightseeing. Come on then, let's go and buy some grapes. She linked her arms through theirs and led them off towards the hospital. Why do we need grapes? Angel asked with a small frown of confusion. Rose just laughed and tucked her on. Who's Tyler? The woman gasped. I knew it. Dirty blonde assassin. She's coming here, mistress, the man cried. This is beyond coincidence. This is destiny. At last I can be revenged on that. At last I can be revenged on that little bit rich coming from you, Rose said to the doctor as they walked into reception. What is? Angel looked at Rose. Him, she nodded at the doctor. Not liking hospitals. Angel paused a moment, thinking. That's irony, right? She asked Rose. You think it's ironic? Rose smiled. Yeah, because as a doctor, he should love hospitals. Angel worked it out. Exactly, Rose cheered, holding up her hand to Angel, who high-fived her back, now knowing what a high five was. I can't help it, he defended. I don't like hospitals. They give me the creeps. I'm not much of a fan either, Angel added, though, now starting to look around hesitantly. Not all the people who've been nearly died just kept us locked up. The doctor's face darkened, taking her hand and holding it tightly. He knew what she was implying. She'd never really talked about the people who had captured her at the Daleks. All the others besides Van Staffen that had gotten their hands on her over the years. But now, to hear a hint of it, he knew that she'd probably been dissected at one point or another. She squeezed his hand back, instantly soothing his murderous thoughts. Whatever had happened was in the past, clearly where Angel wanted to leave it. The Taylor Gardens will now take visitors carrying green or blue identification cards for the next 15 minutes, came the announcement over the speakers. Visitors are reminded that cuttings for the garden are not permitted. Very smart, Rose eyed the place, trying her best to change the topic. She'd gathered exactly what the doctor had. Not exactly NHS. Oh, shop, the doctor groaned. I like the little shop. I thought this far in the future they'd have cured everything. The human race moves on, it's fighting for viruses. It's an ongoing war. Rose stared at a cat nurse walking by, nodding politely at her as she did. They're cats, she remembered, pointing at them. Now, don't stare. Say what you look like to them, the doctor chastised, looking up and down. Like a big weasel in a blonde wig, Angel replied promptly, answering the doctor's question. Rose looked at her, horrified, and looked down at herself. Big yellow, the doctor nodded, before he pointed over her shoulder. That's where I put the shop. Right there. Rose turned around to look where he pointed, only for the doctor to grab Angel's hand and walk over to the lift. Ward 26, thanks, he called up when they got inside. Override controls, the man said. Hold on, Rose shouted, rushing to join them in the lift. The door's already shut. Hold on. Oh, too late, the doctor called down to her. We're going up. It's all right, there's another lift. Ward 26, Angel shouted. Don't get lost. And watch out for the disinfection section, the doctor added. Watch out for what? Rose's distant voice reached them. The disinfectant. The what? Angel put a hand on his arm, smirking a little. She'll find out. He had to laugh. Certainly would. Rose stepped onto the lift, awkwardly looking around. Ward 26, thanks. The doors shut and the lift went down. Commence stage 1. Disinfection, a computer announced. A green light turned on and the doctor and Angel was soaked in a shower of disinfectant, personally calm, rinsing their hair, moving their hands through it. Commence stage one, disinfectant. Rose screamed as the disinfectant poured down over her, frantically smacking the walls till the shower turned off. A white pad suddenly fell onto the two tumblers, pooping into the air around them. Angel laughed, clapping her hands and watching the powder puff off it. Rose squeezed her eyes shut, shocked and more than a bit disgusted as the powder fell on her. A blow dryer turned on, blasting the doctor and Angel with warm air. The doctor laughed as Angel tried to hide behind him, her hair whipping around her, having fallen out of the clip during the shower. He quickly grabbed her arm and pulled her out, holding her before him as the air blasted them. After the initial shock of the air suddenly assailing her, Rose gently started trying to tidy her hair. The lift doors stood open on Ward 26 and the doctor and Angel headed out, both looking very well groomed, though Angel's hair had more of a poof to it as she tried to clip it back again. Rose took a step out at what seemed to be a cellar of some kind, still pulling at her hair, when someone called out to her, "The human child is clean." She looked up to see a pale man with red tattoos down the end of the corridor. Um, I'm looking for Ward 26. This way, Rose Tyler. He hurried off. Rose knelt and picked up a metal rod before following the odd man apprehensively. The doctor and Angel walked arm in arm into Ward 26, following one of the cat nurses. "Nice place," he remarked, looking around. "Nice shop downstairs. I have a shop. Not a big one, just a shop." Like he said, "Shop. You're rambling," Angel whispered to him. He just blinked at her. "The hospital is a place of healing," the cat nurse replied, shocked at the suggestion. "A shop does some people the world of good," he shrugged. "Not me." "Well, me," Angel agreed. "Other people, though." The cat nurse led them off down the ward past the completely red patient. The sisters had pledged she'd taken a lifelong vow to help, and to them. The doctor slowed at a bed where an extremely fat, extremely grey man was laying. "Excuse me." A very stern-looking woman approached them angrily. Members of the public, they only gave these upon the Duke of Manhattan with written permission from the Senate of New York. "That's tenfold progression, right?" the doctor asked, nodding at the Duke. "I'm dying, sir," he replied. "A lifetime charity and absentee. And it ends like this. Any statements made by the Duke of Manhattan may not be made public without official clearance," the woman added. "I thought absentee meant self-restraint and moderation." Angel frowned. "And?" The woman shook her head, not sure what the woman was asking. "Well, it's rather large for living in moderation," Angel stated. The woman gaped at her, so the doctor tried to hold in his laughter at her blunt reply. While she had gotten better at realizing social cues, knowing when others were joking or being rhetorical or ironic, she wasn't quite there when it came to social full past and whether to speak what was on her mind or not. "For goodness," the boot groaned. The woman threw one more glare at Angel before hurrying to his side, grasping his hand. "I'm so weak. Mr. Jack." The woman turned to the cat nurse. "A little privacy, please." Mr. Jack just turned to lead the doctor and Angel away. "They'll be up and about in no time." "I doubt it." The doctor stopped a little ways away. "Petrified regression?" "He says a stone. There won't be a cure for, 1,000 years? He might be up and about, but only as a statue." "Face, Mr. Hood," Jack said softly, when Angel caught sight of something at the end of the ward and slowly made her way to it. "But is there no one here you recognize?" The doctor barely heard her question as he watched Angel slowly approach a very familiar sight and crouch down. "It's rather unusual to visit without knowing the patient." "No," he said quietly. "I think we found him." She turned to see Angel was crouching down before the face of Bo, her hand gently resting on the glass of his container. Super tame, Jack nodded to the cat nurse sitting beside Bo as she led the doctor over. "If I can leave this gentleman and woman in your care." "Oh, I think our friend got lost." The doctor turned to Jack. Uh, Rose Tyler? Could you ask at reception? Certainly, sir. She smiled, turning to go. Hayden looked up at the doctor. I'm afraid the face of Bo's asleep. That's all he tends to do these days. Are you friends or... We met just the once on platform 1, the doctor replied quietly. Oh, yes, Angel added, looking sadly at the alien. But what's wrong with him? So sorry, Hayden said gently. What you do? His Bo is dying. Of what? The doctor looked at her, surprised. Old age, Angel answered for her. Her gaze looking across the Bo's face, taking him in. He's so old now. Hayden sighed, nodding. The one thing we can't cure. He's thousands of years old. Some people say millions. He is, Angel whispered, tilting her head as she looked at him. It was weird. It felt like she knew the face of both from somewhere, despite the fact she was sure she'd never met him before. He felt familiar to her, like she should know him, but she just didn't know why. It's impossible. The doctor smiled. Oh, I don't know. I like impossible. He knelt down beside Angel, resting a hand on her back as he spoke to Bo. I'm here. I look a bit different, but it's me. It's the doctor. He placed his other hand on the tank of both sides. I thought the song was very special. The angels. Just what you need, eh? Angel smiled at him softly, before looking at Bo and thought. He's not the only face around here, is he? She turned to Hayes. Well, the cat nurse blinked, confused by her question. There are faces all around us. Our patients, their families. The doctor looked at Angel. He knew that wasn't exactly what the question she'd asked meant, but from the frown on her face, she didn't know exactly what that was either. He noticed her sensations seemed to be getting stronger, if that was the right word. She'd been speaking more about them, getting more of them, but that could have been because she tried to keep herself from feeling them for so long. Maybe this is how she would have had naturally felt, how often she felt them. But he also knew it frustrated her. There were times she'd say something so badly, so out there, that they knew it was a feeling about the future. Like when she asked if he'd give fruit a second chance. Other times she'd make a passing comment that would later mean so much more. Something they might have been able to deal with only they'd realised it sooner, like when she told Rose to hang on back when they met Nancy and Jamie. And then there were times she'd say something and not have the faintest clue why she said it or what it meant, just like just now. It frustrated her to not be able to put an explanation to her words, to not know why she said it, to not even know what it meant. He'd never dealt with visionaries before, not enough to be able to help them, and that killed him. All he could do was try to be there for her, help her work her sensations down. Rose emerged from the corridor into her room with an old video playing. She looked over at the flickering image being projected onto the screen. Glamorous party where everyone present was laughing and holding champagne glasses. A blonde woman was there, talking to everyone, the center of attention. I mean, you never know what your life's going to be like. Ever. I'm bored with this drink. She handed her drink to someone off camera. Anyway, oh, hello, darling. No, don't. Stop it. She playfully pushed the man away. Wait a minute. Rose froze and thought, recognizing the woman's voice. That. She spun around to see Sandra, the piece of skin with eyes and lips behind her, the man at her side. Peekaboo! Cassandra grinned. Don't you come anywhere near me, Cassandra. Rose held up the pipe. Why, what do you think I'm going to do? Slap you to death? Yeah, but what about Gollum? She gestured to the man. Oh, that's just Chip. He's my pet. I worship the mistress, Chip stated. Moisturize me, she ordered. Chip picked up a canister and began to spray Cassandra with solution. He's not even a proper life form. He's a force-grown clone. I modeled him on my favorite patterns. He's so faithful. Chip used to my physical needs. I hope that means food, Rosa asked. How come you're still alive? murder me. That was your own fault. It's brave that my mistress survived, Chip explained. Her pretty blue eyes were salvaged from the fin. What about the skin? I saw it. You got ripped apart. That piece of skin was taken from the front of my body, Cassandra explained. This piece is the back. Rose laughed. Right, so you're talking out of your arse not, Brooke started to cut in with a glare. The mistress was lucky to survive, Chip told her. Chip's secret is Milady's gospel. So they don't know you're here, Rose reasoned. Chip's still innocent. Help Lady. Soothe her. Strengthen her. She raised her hand to do just that. You just saw it right there, Chip, Rose called, disgusted. They're so low. Is it down here? The last human existence. Cassandra sighed sadly. Don't start that again. They've called this planet New Earth, a vegetable planet. And there's millions of humans out there. Millions of them. You didn't stop. They've evolved, Cassandra. They just evolved, like they should. You stayed still. You got yourself all pickled and preserved. What good did it do you? Oh, I remember that night. Cassandra looked at the film, ignoring her. Think the ambassador phrase, that was the last time anyone told me I was beautiful. After that, it all became such hard work. Well, you've got a knack for survival, I'll give you that. But I've not been idle, Rose. She turned back to her. Tucked away underneath this hostel, I've been listening. The sisters are hiding something. What do you mean? Oh, those cats have secrets. Hush. Let me whisper. Come close. Rose laughed. You must be joking if it's still playing anywhere near you. She backed up, only for a light to turn around her, biding her hands with red light, trapping her. Chip! Activate the psychograph. Chip rushed over to the controls. Can't move! Rose shouted, frightened. Sandra, let me go! Chip pulled the lever and bars of light came down from the ceiling, surrounding her like a cage. What are you doing? The lady's moving on, Cassandra laughed briefly. Goodbye, trampoline. Hello, Blondie. A pink light flew out of Cassandra across the room and into Rose. Chip released the lever, Rose's body falling to the ground. Mistress? He put at her. Moisturize, please. Cassandra said in Rose's body as she began to wake. Chip returned to retrieve the castle when Cassandra realized she was in an actual body again. How bizarre. Arms, fingers, hair? Let me see. Let me see. She sprang up and dashed to the mirror, her eyes widening in horror. Oh my god! I'm a child! That's the end of chapter 7. It's a little longer, but I think it's mainly because I was starring over words a bit, so sorry about that. But I hope you enjoyed. If you did, go leave a review, comment, kudos, all that stuff. You have an account as far as I'm aware. It's just you also can't respond, at least on Fanfiction. I don't know about archives, so good. We're done here. Before you go, be sure to subscribe. Upload new videos every Friday and Saturday, and I'll see you guys next Friday with a new video.